glorious leader. And here, of course, as head of the UCI. And look at the crowds, and look how pensive everyone is as well. This could get lively right from the very off. We've been 3/4 of a circuit before as part of our introduction today. Very familiar to us. So, of course, is the voice of the man sitting next to me, Mr. Brian Smith. Brian, not much wind to speak of. It looks like some of the clouds are burning off. We've got a chance of thunderstorms a little bit later on, but who's going to kick up the storm early on today as they roll out?
Yeah, that's something we're going to have to wait and see, because there is a lot of riders here, possibly, riding for the first time. There's a lot of riders actually riding their first UCI race this year. So, like the women's race yesterday, we will see some attacks from the start. I expect that we will get more than one rider in the breakaway, but we'll have to wait and see what develops in the World Championship Road Race 2025.
Slovenia rolling out. They have the favourites with Tadej Pogačar, backed up by a brilliant squad. It looks like they've got, rather an abundance of riches, you might say. It's the same for Great Britain. Tom Pidcock has got a very extraordinarily special day for Great Britain. Question of endurance, well, he got himself through a grand tour, of course, and finished third in La Vuelta. Described it as the best result of his burgeoning career. Denmark, you kind of look for here, and you have Matthias Schellmoser, a man who is an Ardennes specialist, and that may well indeed be something.
Many people know this already, no race radio, so this is all about just communication with the car as much as getting some bottles from the car. Bob Paul's a very experienced rider, not taking too many bottles. Most of the Dutch riders have been getting bottles from the side of the road at the pit area. And of course, the Dutch starting with 5 riders. There was 6 riders on the start line. Sam Omen was a non-starter for the Dutch, and again, the Dutch have featured in these World Championships over the years in both male and female categories. In fact, I think they are still at the top of the medal table, the Dutch. So Florian Vermeers, Quebecer, just looking to see the rider in the white. So they've got a little bit of help at the front. The Australians trying to come back. But we see this pretty much throughout the whole race. Riders stopping for naturals or mechanicals. Teammates trying to kind of help them back. We know from the Australians who are the kind of principal riders, and they'll be looked after. Of course, this is all about trying to conserve as much energy as possible. Italian rider here on the right hand side just taking a little bit of a natural break, and of course we've been talking about that. There is a risk to that. Commissaires will fine you if it's within sight of the public. Portaloos have been used by a few of the key riders so far in this race, but yeah, this is what happens. There's a lot of action in the convoy, the rear of the peloton. It seems to be really kind of settled in. 7 riders in front, with Slovenia, Belgium and another nation riding at the front.
Passenger of the finish line will be the final lap. You can almost hear the bell before we depart the circuit that we've become so used to.
Yeah, have kind of said to us that I think they're expecting something to happen. I still think it's very early, 100 kilometres to go to the finish. This is a very tough course, and of course this is the main climb of this race. But the question is for me, who's going to take advantage? Maybe Ben Healy. Of course they're going to ride it up at a decent pace, and because there's a lot of nations here that want to make this race as hard as possible, as you do in a long race. And you can see that Pogačar went through a difficult patch. Well, I don't think he's done anything wrong today. He's looked infallible, saw no weakness whatsoever.
Healy's testing. He's actually come to this climb, Brian. He was sitting on the back wheel for quite some time. This is an attempt to shake off Schelmos. I think he'd quite like to finish without having to put up with the sprint. And this is his first move. There's 2 bike lengths, possibly 3 bike lengths. Oh, and there's bye-bye medal for Schelmos by the looks of things. And Ben Healy, he knew that he had to shake him off. It was a question of when he was going to do it. He'd taken an awful long time to hang on the back wheel of Matti Schelmos, and I'm afraid for the Dane that this looks like he's been outthought here by Ben Healy, who's kicked on. It's just a question of legs, you might say, but it's a little bit more than that. You've got to have some planning in there. You've got to be ruthless as well. And Ben Healy has struck out here for a bronze medal. He wants to be on that podium, and he's going to earn it. What a fantastic move it was, Brian.
Yeah, he did this in the Tour of Luxembourg. I did just before this race, where both of these riders were riding, but that's just what Healy does. He just goes to the front and starts to grind away. At this stage of the competition, it's about what you have left in the legs, and Ben Healy's just got that little bit more left in the legs than Schelmos, and he'll be wanting to grab this bronze medal for Ireland.
Yes, he will. That familiar riding style of his, where he just tips his head towards one side, and in fact imposing himself brilliantly here. Schelmos, not all over for him, but 4.2 kilometres it must feel like it. His national car and his team came up to have a brief word, trying to instill a sense of urgency to him, but it may only be displayed as a modest margin, but it's getting bigger here, as you can see. And it is a widening gap, and we have medals defined by the looks of things. And as always, it seems to be on the climbs of this circuit, Ryan.
Yeah, it's been an amazing championship, a display of dominance from Pogačar. He's taken back-to-back victories. You have to say that Evenepoel has been through the rack, come out the other side, but it's been a long wait for Ireland to get onto the podium in this race.
Wow.
The last time was
Sean Kelly back in the day.
We talked about it earlier, 1989 in the Chambéry with Greg LeMond winning from Dimitri Konishev. So way back in Chambéry when that happened, that was 36 years ago.
Sean
Long
Kelly,
wait.
whenever we go there, Sean Kelly still gets upset. Thought he would have won that day, bring them on till he had bad legs, and turned it around into very, very good legs. Well, what a piece of achievement to celebrate. In the past as well, Brian.
2 years before, 1987.
There we are. Well, right now, Ben Healy, it's been a long old gap for a medal at the Worlds, and he's going to get one. So it'll be Lincoln Green, I guess you might say. That's it. What's it called, the Green of Ireland?
Emerald.
Thank you.
Emerald Isle.
That's right. Emerald Green. Thank you very much. We have the Green of Slovenia that is going to come to the fore. They'll have 2.3 kilometres to go until this man turns green into rainbows. Absolutely remarkable. Evenepoel is, as predicted by Brian, with his amazing crystal ball, a minute and a half down. It might well be that Tony Pogačar wants to make this as big as possible. If you can make this 2.5 minutes, that would be a real statement of the time trial.
It would be, but probably a little bit more, just to dig in a little bit. But yeah, no, the crowd didn't finish away, so does Nushka Ziegard, his partner. She had a credit to her, she had a good ride yesterday in the women's race. She was in the thick of it towards the end. But she's waiting for a champion. Over the last year, we've only ever seen him in a leader's jersey or the world jersey. It's going to be another year like that, you feel.
Remco is enjoying this little bit of respite on the descent. He's now going to power himself up to bring it home. He's going to come to the cobbles here, being shown the gap on the chalkboard. Meanwhile, already engaged at the top part of this climb is David Berger himself. Home court holding station around about a minute and a half down, and the celebrations on which this Slovenian crew have already begun. Congratulations to them. They had a big battle plan. They came here with the biggest team, 9 riders, 8 plus the world champion. That's what you're allowed. They brought them all. They used them absolutely beautifully, but still the big question has to be answered. And part of it began to reveal itself with 100 kilometres to go. What an amazing tale. Tadej Pogačar does it again, and from distance, an amazing gap.
Yeah, it is. And I can remember the scenes last year. Okay, it's different conditions. Today it's nice and sunny. The whole team were there throwing Pogačar in the air. You know, they won the world title for the first time ever. You know, they're celebrating. They came here with high expectations. Okay, the time trial didn't go as well as expected, but this has gone absolutely to plan.
Absolutely remarkable. He's had a hell of a season, this Tadej Pogačar, and still has an awful lot to run. What a result. 6 hours 21 minutes, and we'll be hearing from Tadej Pogačar in just a few moments' time. He seemed fresh as a daisy, to be honest, when he came to the line and was offering up his thanks to his own team, who had a master plan today we have ever seen.
This has gone absolutely to plan.
Absolutely remarkable. He's had a hell of a season, this Tadej Pogačar. Tour de France, of course, went his way. He pulled out of the Vuelta very, very late on. Wanted to concentrate on retaining the rainbow bands, which, of course, it looks like he's going to be wearing next year as well. What on earth could stop him? He could probably run it home from here. But he's on the cobbles for the last time. On the rack, you might say, the entire field behind him. He is going to finish alone. And he is going to finish from such an incredible distance where he started this drive for the line and for glory. And look at the smile. It is a smile that's bursting through the grimace here, Brian.
Yeah, I think, you know, the first time you win a major title, I was fortunate to win a British title twice. The first time, it's great, you know, it's new. But the second time, it's about taking it in more, and I think that's what Pogačar is doing. He's got that a minute and a half. He can take it. He can breathe a little bit. He's done the job for the second time, and I think this will be kind of slightly extra special from him. You know, he did go through the emotions last year. He went through a difficult period, but for Pogačar to come back, you know, from last year and win this in a dominant fashion, this is extra special.
Tadej Pogačar is bringing home his second consecutive World Road Race title. So much has been placed at the table of this man, but he has to pick it up every single time. And he did so from an incredible distance. 100 kilometres out, he imposed himself on this race, as he has done on the entire world of cycling. Ever since, as a young man, he rocked into our consciousness. He has stayed there, rock and roll, all the way to the line. Tadej Pogačar, in charge of his own destiny, constantly, it seems. He measures himself against the very best and finds himself in clear space with nobody around him. It's become something perhaps he should get used to, but it doesn't.
Laleo for Portugal now.
Look at the crowds. This is what cycling means, and this surely is its future.
Incredible, isn't it?
Amazing.
That's the biggest crowd I've seen at Worlds.
Never seen anything like this. And this is the man they come to fate. Tadej Pogačar. I can't wait for the cheers when indeed the ceremony begins. He's done it again, right?
UCI 2026. Venons casser!
Look at you so elegant. Look at me so despicable. In the end, we're the perfect fit. Come with me for a little bit. Do you wanna be my Mona Lisa? Or should I order a Mona Pizza? Could I take you home to meet my madre? You could hold me close on Saturday. Tell me, is this love or is it caprice?
As far as possible as a trio, but Juan had a problem quite soon on the moor of on the cobbles, and Del Toro had some stomach problems, I think, after the race. I mean, in the race, so I was left alone quite early, and was all over like like last year, just fighting with myself. But I'm so happy I made it.
Were there moments where you doubted?
Well, for sure, yeah, because the climbs were getting harder and harder every lap, and also on the downhills was not so fast. You still had to like pedal quite a lot. So yeah, the energy resources was going towards the end, and it was so hard. The few final laps, and of course you doubt a bit, but you have to push through and hope for the best.
To do it here in Africa, to do it on this course, under 30 riders finished, makes it even more special.
Yeah, no, it was an incredible experience altogether, and let's say it was a successful week.
Enjoy the podium.
It's a rock star atmosphere here, and Ben Healy is part of it. He's taken a bronze medal for Ireland. That is magnificent.
The silver medal will be presented by His Serene Highness, Prince Albert II of Monaco. La médaille d'argent sera remise par Son Altesse Sérénissime, le Prince Albert II de Monaco.
Umwanya wa kabiri n'umudari wa feza biratangwa na n'igikomangoma Albert wa kabiri wa Monaco.
In second place, and winner of the silver medal, representing Belgium. À la deuxième place, et vainqueur de la médaille d'argent, en représentant la Belgique.
Ku mwanya wa kabiri n'umudari wa feza yegukanywe n'umukinnyi ukinira Ububirigi,
Remco Evenepoel. He is, of course, also a champion, having won the time trial. And I think he will contemplate this ultimately and realise what an achievement it is. No shame in runners-up, especially the manner of which he took silver. That was an amazing ride.
The rainbow jersey and gold medal will be presented by His Excellency Paul Kagame, President of the Republic of Rwanda, and Monsieur David Laportien, UCI President. Le meilleur arc-en-ciel et la médaille d'or seront remises par Monsieur Son Excellence Paul Kagame, Président de la République du Rwanda, et de David Laportien, Président de l'UCI.
umwambaro w'uwatsinze n'umudari wa zahabu biratangwa na nyakubahwa perezida wa repubulika y'u rwanda his excellence paul kagame na perezida wa uci bwana david lapartier.
In first place, UCI world champion and winner of the gold medal, representing Slovenia. À la première place, champion du monde UCI et gagnant de la médaille d'or, représentant la Slovénie.
Shampiyona y'isi yo gusiganwa ku magare n'umudari wa zahabu yegukanywe n'umukinnyi ukinira Slovenia,
Tadej Pogačar.
What an amazing champion, and what an amazing atmosphere as well. It's almost hard to quantify just what a brilliant scenario has been created here. And what a great way to win it as well. Tadej Pogačar, heroic status here to so many in this amazing day after an amazing week of racing at these World Championships here in Rwanda.
Tissot watch will be presented by Monsieur David Lapartien, UCI president. La montre Tissot sera présentée par
World champion in just a few moments' time. He's surely going to have to bite the medal again. No gold teeth, but plenty of gold medals, and indeed our appreciation as